Hey, yourself.
You mind if I ask you guys a question?
Is it a fun question?
Well, it is kind of. Mind if I have a seat?
Ooh, this is getting serious.
Are you going to propose to us?
Because if you are, you better get down on one knee.
Well, it's funny. It is kind of about that. I'm a filmmaker, and I'm making a movie about love.
What's that got to do with us?
Yeah, I mean, we can't stand each other.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I thought you guys would be perfect for the what can go wrong section of the film. But seriously, though, I've seen you two around the neighborhood for years, and I'm just wondering if I could ask you about love.
Love in general?
Your love.
Oh, brother. Don't even start.
Wait, let me grab my phone.
You're shooting this on your phone?
Yep, full high definition. It's gonna look great.
Does that mean if we don't like it, we get to rip the film out of the phone?
Just like in the movies.
Yeah, that's a deal. Okay, so here goes. You seem like a very happy couple. What's the secret?
Well, if we tell you, it wouldn't be a secret.
Then we'd have to kill you.
Yeah, so I come by here pretty well every day and gets me out of my little space, which is, well, pretty airless at the best of times. And I don't know, I just like to come here and chill out and, you know, watch the people stroll by with their dogs, girls, whatever. It's not easy being a writer. Successes? Well, they are few and far between, let me tell you. And it's lonely work. It is a damn lonely job. I mean, hey, it's not as if I don't need my space. I mean, it's just that, well, like I said, you know, it just gets lonely, that's all. My place that I live in is actually really disgusting, actually, and I really should clean it up. But then I think, why bother, you know, when I can come out here and, you know, clear my head. And my last girlfriend, actually, she made this really bold prediction after she left me that, you know, I'd be found someday dead, lying face down on a carpet surrounded by my own feces and empty beer bottles and unstarted stories. Not even unfinished stories, but unstarted stories. Now that's harsh. Mind you, she was pretty harsh. Still, I like to come out here, you know, get some fresh air, you know, really breathe some inspiration into the old pipes.
No more freaks. No more losers. I just want someone who's the same caliber of human being that I am. Someone who cleans up after himself, who like maybe has a job, a real job, who like has to go somewhere during the day. I'm sick of leaving behind some pathetic man-child in the morning, knowing that he's creeping around my place, jerking off and eating my food like some insect or rodent. Just grosses me out. It's like, grow up and be an adult, right? Anyways, I'm really focusing on me right now. That's how it is right now. Love depends on loving yourself, and that's what I have to do. I need to be there for me. I need to feel like I can love myself before I can really love someone else. I love coming down here after yoga and just peacing out. Great meditation podcasts, getting into a great space with the universe, just letting it all unfold and happen. Until some creep sits down anyways.
I'm not really a needy kind of person, if you know what I mean. I think I'm pretty self-contained when it comes to other people. It's not that I don't like people, I do, don't get me wrong. It's just that I get a lot of satisfaction from my work and a lot of my social needs are met there. I also like my own company to a large degree. For me, it's just nice to come here, hang out, grab a coffee, watch the people go by. I guess I live a lot in my head. You know, that's to be expected. Cerebral. I don't know, it's not a bad thing. I don't like drama and randomness and all that. I like order, what can I say? I grew up in relative chaos in my life, and I don't want any of that stuff at all. I mean, things could be more exciting, On the other hand, I'm not ducking any flying dishes or cleaning up anyone else's messes. I do that enough in my day gig. I do it well. And that's plenty.
You know what? I'm not a child. Not that anyone's noticed. I mean, I don't need someone keeping track of my drinks or lecturing me on my bad deeds. I mean, fuck. Just leave it alone. If you want to lecture me, then you need to achieve at my level first. You know, get some shit done to positive acclaim. Heck, just get something done. It's really fucking easy to sit back and do nothing but judge. If you don't want a piece of what I am, then honey, move on. If I wanted to be a fucking suburban breeder, then guess what? I would have. If that's the kind of chick you want, then by all means, go get her. The city is chock full of them. Perky fucking ponytails, stupid yoga shit outfits. These plastic rage smile bitches will club you out of the way with their fucking rolled up yoga mats, then get all spiritual on you. Fuck that.
Sorry. Do you mind?
I'm sorry?
I mean, do you mind if I sit here? Do you mind if I sit there?
It's free country, I guess.
Cool. You don't mind if I... Okay. Hey, whatever. Oh, hello?
I'm sorry?
I mean, don't worry, I'm not gonna spill. In case you're wondering, I don't want to miss a drop.
What?
Well, like that old soup commercial, you know? You don't want to miss a drop. Use a spoon, not a fork.
Charming.
Listen, hello? Sorry to be a pest.
I'm sorry?
Listen, I don't think we got off on the right foot.
What?
This is like my Friday night.
I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I do shift work, kinda. You know, I'm actually kicking off for the week.
At 10 a.m.?
Well, I'm self-employed, actually. You know, trying to keep myself safe from the tyranny of the work week, you know, that kind of thing.
Well, how about I free myself from the tyranny of your beer stink?
Hey, so what do you do?
I work. Work, you know. Get up, get dressed, go to work.
Yeah, I mean, great. Whatever floats your boat. I did that for years.
And my time is precious. If I grab a bit of this for a second?
Oh, sure, no problem.
Thanks. Kind of crowded down here. just need to catch my breath. Strong, silent type. Oh no. I'm sorry, I'll just, it's just kind of nice to, I don't know, just sit, you know?
Right.
Come down here just to chill, you know? Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be rude.
It's, okay, I'll just listen to my thing here. No, really, it's okay.
You know, I don't want to come off as, didn't mean to come off as a dick or something like that, so.
No worries.
You know.
It's okay. Thanks. No worries.
It's just that, you know, I work pretty intensely with people all day, and I come here just to decompress a little.
I totally understand. No worries.
Thank you. Hey, do you mind?
Sure, grab a seat.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Well, it's my pleasure. Pleasant day.
Very, very pleasant.
Hey, so are you new here?
Nope.
No, I haven't seen you around here before.
How do you know? Is this like your favorite bench or something?
Well, something like that, but I know most of the faces that come around here, and I don't think
I'm a little different, right? Weird, right?
No, it's just that.
What, you think I'm like a freak or something? What, a freak who broke into your fucking vehicle and slept there?
No.
Excuse me while I just put on my brass fucking knuckles here.
Hey, look, I'm sorry, okay?
Sit down. Sit.
Sorry. Okay?
I'm fucking with you.
What?
I'm fucking with you. It's this weird thing I do. You're just like my dad. You seem very, engrossed.
I am actually.
That's good. Good to be engrossed. Do you mind? Screenplay?
Yes.
Feature?
Trying to be.
I'm sorry I'm bothering you.
Nothing personal, just trying to hit a contest deadline.
Sorry, I'll leave you alone. I'm an actor and a writer too.
Ah, cool.
Want some help? Maybe run lines or something?
It's nothing anyone can help with, sorry.
Gotcha. I'll leave you alone. I did a one-woman show at the Fringe last year.
Neat.
I'm sorry. Must be bear o'clock somewhere in the world.
Sorry?
Bear o'clock? Somewhere?
Don't drink.
For reals, you're a writer who doesn't drink.
Not when I'm working.
Okay. Well, I'll leave you to it then.
Cool.
Good luck with that.
Thanks.
I actually think I've met someone. Maybe it's because you're wandering around filming stuff. It's made me kind of want to be out here amongst the people and just being around a little bit more. It's cool. I think he gets me, and he seems to appreciate me. He treats me like I'm a catch, which is nice. It's great to see my worth reflected back in his eyes. That definitely makes me feel nurtured and appreciated. I get to wake up in the morning and think, somebody gets me. They appreciate me. They see my value. It's like, yes, total validation of who I am. It's been a long time coming. It's like I've had to do all this hard work on me, you know? That whole you've got to love yourself first meditation thing. Well, I've been working on me for a long time. And it's great to think that there's maybe finally room to work on we. It's just so validating to be appreciated for who and what I am.
Well, yes, it has been a bit of an adventure, actually, at least in terms of what I'm used to, which is, well, not much. I've met some people, and one lady in particular, and it's very different from the kind of girl I usually meet. She's very self-contained, not super needy, which is something that I really appreciate. She has a lot of stuff going on and is motivated and driven to succeed. And she adds some spice to what otherwise was getting to be a fairly monotonous life.
She's pretty amazing, actually. We didn't get off to the smoothest of starts, and that's on me. But, you know, absorbed in what I was doing and kind of got caught up in my own stuff, and I could have actually almost ignored her. I mean, I knew I was irritating her. We must have persisted somehow because we kept bumping into each other. And, well, and then we got to know each other. And I think it's great, actually, that she really knows what she's doing and, you know, really knows what she wants to do with her life. It's been actually really good for me to get out of my head a bit and focus on somebody else for a change.
So, he's pretty nice. I mean, he's a bit older than I am, and he's done a few more things with his life, but basically he seems to respect who I am and what I'm doing, so it's all good so far. He puts up with my BS, which means a lot. I mean, not a lot of guys can do that, you know? I guess it's a good thing that he's a bit older and not so needy. I know I can kind of dominate the stage with my shit, and that doesn't seem to faze him. Also, he's not competitive or an ego monster, and that's a refreshing change from some of the other people I've been with.
So we'll grab the chicken and stuff at Superfoods.
Yeah, maybe I'll run across and grab a little vino, you know, when we're there to get that whole Poulet Rick experience.
You know, it would have been great if you'd picked up the stuff during the week.
I get it, but, you know, I got caught up in that whole script deadline.
My weekend time is precious to me. I work, in case you haven't noticed.
Hey, I'm sorry, but I work too.
Yeah, but I make money, and I actually go to work where I pick up a paycheck. You work in your underwear.
Yeah, and you work in a bank. I know. I did that kind of stuff for years. I mean, what the fuck do you think I'm living off of?
I'm just saying that it wouldn't kill you to pick up the groceries while you're out doing your precious work.
Again, like, I'm sorry. You know, I had that script deadline.
You managed to get beer, didn't you?
And you drink it too.
That's not the point. You know that I work.
And I work too.
You don't work, Rick. You play. You play at being a writer. You play at entering contests. You drink beer and you pat yourself on the head and you say, "Look at me, I'm the precious creative one."
What the fuck?
Should we just get the groceries?
Look, if you wanted some kind of corporate tool, I mean, you should have met me 10 years ago. Or just choose somebody else, for Christ's sakes.
I thought you would grow up and get real.
So what? I'm some kind of project? I mean, you don't see me wishing that you're creative and maybe taking a risk for a change and instead of patting yourself on the back for being some kind of fucking automaton with a suit?
Oh, so I should quit my job and then we can just maybe be bohemians, right? And lose our savings after one root canal?
I thought you liked La Boheme. Didn't you you want to do something interesting with your life?
And live under a bridge? Yeah, Rick, that sounds great.
And you're assuming we'd fail.
Of course I am. Look at you.
Aw, you're just the cutest bundle of fun.
Glad you like me.
Oh, honey, I do. I more than like you. I think I love you. You know, you're just so much fun and you're wacky and...
Fun.
Yeah, fun.
Fun.
Fun. Wacky fun.
Wacky fun. I'm glad to have been of service, I'm sure.
Oh, what's up, cutie?
I'd like to be taken seriously.
What? Seriously?
Yeah.
What do you mean, seriously?
Yeah, you know who I am, what I do.
You're fucking with me, right? Is
No.
That thing you do?
No, I'm not fucking with you.
What? Honey, what's the matter? What's going on?
I work hard. I write, I perform, I audition. I put up with more rejection in a month than most people do in an entire lifetime. I create, I originate things. I move people. And I get recognized for it, and I win awards.
You know, honey, I get that. Sweetie, I really
don't-
do.
I don't think that you do.
I do. Right? How about working? How about getting a job, an office, reality, real life, a paycheck? Right?
You're a fucking hologram. There's no essence there. There's nothing at your core. If I were to unplug you, your whole existence disappears.
You know what? Maybe you drink too much. It's messing with your mood.
There you go again. I'm unplugging you now. I'll see you later.
You don't mind, do you?
No, go ahead.
Thanks, bro. Breakfast with champions. Hey, do you want one?
No, thanks. I'm a bacon and eggs man myself.
No problem. You know, for me, this is like a Friday night for me. I mean, I work pretty odd hours.
Wow. What do you do?
I'm a writer, you know, screenplays, stuff like that, actually. You know, whatever it takes.
My girlfriend's an actor.
Oh, that's cool. What about you?
Me?
Yeah.
No, apparently I do something infinitely way more dull.
I actually got some good news recently. Yeah, I made the quarterfinals in this big screenplay writing contest, so pretty psyched about that.
Hence your Friday night? Congratulations.
Thanks. Mind you, it's probably the best feedback I'm gonna get today.
Really? Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well...
I mean, happy to help.
Yeah, you know what? It's like my girlfriend's not exactly down with my whole creative lifestyle. I mean, she works in a bank, right? So you can imagine, you know, this whole straight and narrow, 9 to 5, you know, working for the man kind of thing.
Yeah, like me.
Whatever, it's all good. It's just sometimes I think we're just, you know, moving in different cycles, and plus, she's pissed at me.
Yeah, mine too.
Fuck, man, are you sure you don't want one of these things? I mean, I practically got a portable liquor cabinet here.
You know what? Yeah, I think I will. Sure.
Cool.
Why not? What the fuck?
Yeah. Hey, welcome to the club.
Sounds good.
Hey.
Thanks.
I'm Rick, by the way.
Peter.
Hey, nice to meet you, man.
Thanks. Yeah, here's to Friday night.
Working odd hours.
Sounds good.
Mind if I sit here?
You might not want my actor goo all over your stuff.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. That was uncalled for.
No, it's okay. My boyfriend is a screenwriter. I'm kind of used to the goo.
No, sorry. I'm wickedly hungover and my boyfriend's pissed at me.
Mine too.
Seriously? You're so... together. What's there to be pissed at?
He thinks that I don't believe in him as an artist.
Ah, right. Do you?
Do I?
Believe in him as an artist?
Well, I guess so. It's just not my world. I have a boring as shit bank job, but that's my reality. I get up, get dressed, and go to work every day. That's what I do. That's what keeps us in a dental plan and in groceries.
And he doesn't make anything?
No, he does. He's good at keeping us in beer.
And you pay everything else?
No, he pays half. He says that he's saved up for years to be able to do this, and he's entitled to follow his dream.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's all good for him, but where does that leave me? The nagging bitch with the dull job role. That's not fair either.
I get that. I get it.
Sorry. I didn't mean to unload on you.
No, it's okay. My boyfriend's the one with the boring, dull job. I guess it's just different worlds.
Different worlds. I'm Jane.
Manna,
I don't really feel like going to yoga. Do you mind if I chill here?
for sure. Though, I'm guessing it must be beer o'clock. Somewhere. Yeah?
Yeah. Sorry, sweetie. I didn't realize that you'd made it to the quarterfinal thing.
No biggie. Don't worry about it.
No, it's great. I think that's really great, and that you're getting some recognition for it.
Thanks. I mean, it's another set of eyes on my script, right? I mean, well, in theory, if everything goes good, that could lead it to being optioned or whatever.
Well, that's really great, and I'd like to kind of buy you a cupcake or something to celebrate, if you'll let me.
Thanks. That'd be nice.
I'm just so haunted by my mother. I see all the good things that you're doing, and all I hear her saying is, does it pay?
Yeah, I hear you. You know, I get that. I mean, you know, Chris emailed me the other day and wanted to know if I missed my salary and having a real job.
Well, I know he's your friend, but I don't think he's being very good to you right now. He's probably jealous.
I mean, what does he think? I mean, of course I miss having a big salary for doing nothing. I mean, never mind the fact that it's killing my soul.
People don't understand.
You don't see me asking him if he'd rather have a big dick, do you? I mean, as in having a real dick?
Well, I don't need quite that much information about Chris, okay?
Yeah, I know. Sorry about that. I mean, I guess it was a little self-centered, I guess.
What you're doing is different, and people don't understand it. I mean, I try to explain it to my parents and my friends, but it's pointless. If it's not kids, cars, houses, and the price of gas, they just don't get it. Save your breath.
I know.
How about we get you that cupcake?
Yeah, sure.
Let's go.
It was really fun. It was totally cool seeing you out in the audience.
Yeah, absolutely. I, loved it. Where else would I be?
Well, I thought you might have been scared off by my arty friends.
What? No, I think your friends are great.
You wouldn't have rathered stay home with a cardigan and a good book?
What? You mean like Charles to your Diana or something like that? No, honey, don't typecast me like that.
The recent excursions of the Maori into modern architecture are really quite fascinating.
Well, I'll have to say that you do make my life a lot more interesting.
If not more chaotic.
Fair enough. Yes.
And about to be more so because I plan to get well and truly hosed in honor of the show finally being done.
Right.
So, I've got the bizarrest father complex attraction to Peter, which is crazy. He's this dusty cardigan wearing... Okay, well, not really, but it totally works. I mean, here I am, wanting to be taken seriously on my own terms and act crazy and kick ass and just do my own thing, which I do, and then I bump into this rock and I'm like, whoa. Stability. What the fuck, right? The crazy thing is, it totally works. I mean, we've knocked bits off each other metaphorically. He's a bit more outgoing and more in touch with his feelings, and me, well, I'm better at, shutting the fuck up for once. I mean, we don't really talk too much about the future at this point. Guys are so fucking lucky, I mean, they can decide at 60 or whenever that they want kids and a family and all that stuff. Me? I don't know. I mean, could you imagine me if I had to get my shit together and be all serious and organized? What am I gonna say? Don't touch mommy's booze. I think I'd much rather just let the clock run out on that one. Plus, Peter's still really messed up from his childhood. Go figure, so whatevs.
I've really stretched a lot since meeting her. I used to be so closed up and locked down. I used to think that I just liked my own company and that I wanted peace and quiet. But Manna has opened me up and shown me all this acting theory stuff and parent issues that I can see now I was pretty messed up growing up. My mother was a total alcoholic. It's even hard saying it out loud even now. There was all this shame around that. I couldn't have friends over to play and all the chaos. My dad basically checked out. I mean, he was there physically and all that, but he just let her go on with her shenanigans and all her rage fits, and it was always like, oh, that's nice, dear. How about we call it a night, pet? So pathetic. The one time I saw him stand up to her, she just crumpled and sobbed like a big baby. All how her future had been stolen from her. Like what, she had a big Broadway play, or don't you have to go to school for something like that, or be in a local play or something? I remember one of my earliest mantras was, I'm just gonna grow up, get in my own place, and I would just cover my ears and do this mantra thing, and you know what? It worked. I got out as soon as I turned 18, and I never looked back.
It's funny. It's almost like my high standards were my worst enemy. I was always judging guys, and they were always falling short. The hilarious thing is that if somebody had actually asked me to sit down and make a list of my minimum standards, I don't think I could have done it. It's as if the fault-finding was the thing. I guess I've come to realize that I was just distancing myself from everyone. Once I started to figure out that I was my own problem, I realized that the only person I could fix was me. It's so funny. I mean, take a look at Rick. He wasn't even a fixer-upper when I first met him. This guy was a complete mess. He'd thrown away everything that might have been attractive to me. I mean, the guy had an MBA and refused to tell anyone because he might mess with his artistic integrity. Please. Well, anyway, I'm getting him all trained up. It's funny. I'm even coming to appreciate his writing talent now that he lets me read his stuff. I need to check to see if there's a me character, and if I'm portrayed in a decent light, not as this castigating witch who wants to rob him of everything he stands for, which is how it used to be with us, at least in his eyes. And you know, with a little tweaking, he's almost presentable with my friends and workmates, and he is coming back a little bit to his business senses. I mean, it's all good that he schlumps around in his t-shirts and shorts on the weekend, but it's really nice to see him making an effort when he comes to see me after work. So at least it doesn't look like it's take your mentally challenged brother to work day. Next challenge? Get him back to work. Real work.
Hey, it's all good so far. I mean, it's been great to have a little bit of structure in my life, I guess. You know, whatever. I mean, the thing is, Jane's not typically the kind of girl I would have went with in the past. She's actually more like the kind of girl who would have tripped me or just crossed the hall to avoid seeing me altogether back in high school. Or grad school or college or whatever. I mean, I would look to her and I would have said like, whoa, she is way out of my league. Plus, you know, she's actually come around to me being a writer, you know, I mean, and that's cool. I mean, mind you, she was probably a little mystified at first as to why I would even like, you know, give up everything to pursue my dream of being a writer, but now she actually even reads my stuff, which is actually, you know, which is really cool. And I know this is gonna sound kind of bizarre, but it's like, you know, she's like my trophy. I mean, I know that's an ugly term, but like she's my reward, you know, like for just maintaining my integrity and pursuing my dream. Plus, you know, she's really up my game as far as like, you know, getting out of bed in the morning, shaving, well, hey, putting on clean clothes even, you know. I guess, you know, what I'm saying is it's nice to have somebody who's actually happy to be seen with me for a change. You know, I'm like, you know, I'm like her dragon slayer, you know, like her, the daring one, the one who's like chucked all convention aside and went on this crazy Joseph Campbell hero's journey, you know? You know, plus she's into yoga and meditation, bliss, whatever. It's all good. Well, here we are again.
Uh-huh.
Say, you don't think they got nicknames for us, do you? Like we're the park bench couple or the you know, the cute park bench couple, that kind of thing?
Nope.
Maybe the benched ones because we've been like demoted to the minors?
Is this what you want from life?
What sense?
Sitting on a bench. In 20 years, do you want to be sitting on a bench?
Maybe. With you?
A renter on a bench.
Hey, don't knock renting. You know, like, half the population of Germany are renters. I mean, you know, they don't attach a stigma to it like we do here.
Great, let's move to Germany then. Huh. Maybe you can buy the plane tickets.
What the fuck brought this on? I mean, I'm not impoverished. I can buy plane tickets, you know.
And book the mover and pack things and maybe come up with a plan for how you're gonna make money when we're there.
Why would my plan change?
What plan?
Well, I'm a writer, so I write and then I sell what I write.
It's not real.
Well, it's what I do.
It's playing. It's what kids do.
Oh, fuck.
It's what adults do as a hobby.
Yeah, if they suck maybe, or they're too scared to take a chance, I'm actually good at it, okay? And if you haven't noticed, I'm actually getting recognized.
Oh, please don't assault me with your beer breath.
Here we go, back in the old merry-go-round again.
Yeah, right. Just Miss Buzzkill doing what I do best, right?
I didn't mean that.
Yeah, ruining your fun and your oh so brilliant writing career.
What brought this on?
I just want to know that I'm with someone who's going places, you know? Everybody I know is buying a place and going somewhere.
Yeah, hey, I don't want to break the news, but you're the one that chased after some drunken dude drinking beer on a park bench, remember?
Thought you might be fixable.
Hey, I am not a fucking house,
No,
all right?
no, you're not.
Hey, if you wanted some gutless money grubber in an empty suit, I mean, hey, I've been that guy, you know what? And I decided to lead my life like this and take a chance for once. You know what? Maybe you should try it.
Yeah, that worked out real well for me, didn't it?
I just don't know what's with you lately.
I wish you could have seen yourself last night.
I did. I was there. I was happy. And as I recall, you were there too. And enjoying yourself.
Yeah, I was. I was enjoying myself. I was having a good time, but, you know, why do you have to take it over the top?
What? I was happy. I was having fun. We were having fun. Then I came to bed, and last I checked, the house wasn't wrecked or anything.
You know that kind of behavior pushes my buttons.
For the last fucking time, I am not your mother.
Fine.
You know what? Next time I'll just stay at my own house when I'm happy and I want to celebrate.
Maybe you should.
Fine, I will.
Fine.
Fine. You know, I just thought that you'd be happy for me because I got the lead in a fringe play.
I am happy for you. It's just I can't take that chaos in my life.
I know, but what's chaotic about drinking some wine and goofing around because I want to celebrate something?
There's nothing wrong with it. Just, it doesn't have to make sense. It just does because, it pushes all the wrong buttons for me.
So what? I can never be happy about things? I can never celebrate successes?
No, of course. Be happy. I'm happy too. But why can't we celebrate normally? Like normal people.
Normal.
Yeah, like normal people.
Like you.
For example?
Right. Hi. I'm normal. I'm a dead man, but I have goals and plans. Mm-hmm. So I'm fucking Jack.
Yeah, are you having fun?
Oh, no. Because all fun needs to be controlled by you. You and your precisely 3 drinks, 3.5 if you're really fucking happy and cutting loose.
Your breath is pretty disgusting.
Oh, good. Because that's my job. To come back from the grave and torture you like your fucking mother.
I'd really appreciate if you could see things from my perspective for a change.
I try, I do. But there's something broken there, and I can't fix it for you. I think you need someone more normal.
Maybe you need a timeout.
Wow. You did not just say that to me.
Hi.
Hey, doing the bench thing again?
Yep, taking a bit of time out from things.
That's funny. My boyfriend ordered me to take a time out.
He what? He ordered you to take a time out?
Yep,
So what is this, the detention room?
I guess.
You need a hug.
I need a hug.
Men.
So, you in detention as well?
Yeah, I've been ordered to find a soulless empty suit since that would suit me more than the giant baby I'm with.
Back in the buzzkill zone.
Mm-hmm. Of course, because after all, that's all I want to do with my life is ruin his life. While tending to his bottomless, whining pit of need.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's why I went to university. Got a decent job. It's why I go to work every day. It's why I act like an adult. All these things, all this effort goes into ruining his life and his stupid projects.
Right?
It's all fine for him, but when do I get to matter? I mean, I doubt he's sitting around somewhere thinking, how can I grow up? How can I be a better partner and use my education, go back to the real world?
Right.
Doesn't he see how this makes me look? I look like a loser, like some desperate harpy, when all I want is an adult who puts me first.
Of course.
Sorry. Here I am blabbing on about me. And you're the one that's in the timeout.
It's fine. I feel punished enough.
What's up?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm the author of my own shit. I guess I was drawn to him. Fuck, I don't know. I mean, he's kind of like my father. He's really solid and self-contained, whereas I'm all over the place. I guess it's okay. Blah, 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 you know. I brighten up his life. But fuck. Whatever. I mean, there are these times he'll get really bossy when I'm trying to celebrate a success or drinking too much. Basically, having fun.
Daddy's little girl.
Oh, fuck, right? Exactly.
You know? Bet it's beer o'clock.
Somewhere. It just has to be.
Yo, breakfast of champions.
Oh, hey, how are you?
Good, thanks. What, no brewski today?
Not today, no.
What, you're not in the mood?
Well, let's just say I'm not feeling very champion-like today.
Oh, what's up?
Just got ragged on by my girlfriend.
Really? Yeah, me too.
Oh, shit. You don't think their periods are synchronized, do you?
Holy crap. Is that possible?
Maybe some pheromones that we exchange with each other and spread to them?
Ooh.
Just don't think I'm the right guy for her, you know? And it's not her fault. It's just that, you know, she's looking for this conventional type dude, you know, the suit and tie, 9 to 5 kind of guy who aspires to own a home in the suburbs.
Yes, makes perfect sense. Because it explains why she'd be immediately drawn to, you know, a guy sitting in a downtown park in the morning drinking beer. No offense, by the way.
Huh. None taken, by the way. I don't know, you know, I've been that guy, you know, and it's like, I've let her know that, you know, that's just not who I want to be anymore, you know, and it's not like I just switched who I was overnight. I mean, and I've been nothing but honest with her since the very beginning.
So it's her problem.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, sometimes I figure that people just give up like the second before they get their big break, you know, and have their success. You know, literally a second before.
So things are going good for you?
Pretty good. I mean, you know, I've got this contest that, you know, I'm a finalist in, and if I win, you know, then I get some money to finish writing my screenplay. And plus I have an option on another one that I submitted. Plus I got a play in the Fringe Festival, so, I mean, I know these are not like huge things, but you know what? I feel like they're all a step in the right direction.
Absolutely. You know what? You shouldn't downplay that stuff. That's great. Congratulations.
Well, thanks, man. But, so what about you guys? What's up with you guys?
I don't know, you know, she wears me out. She's like super on and always partying and celebrating and drinking.
Wow, that's a lot of drinking. What's her number? Sorry, out of line. But you know what? I've always seen you as more the quiet kind of guy, though.
It's true. You know, I like my routines. My mom was a vicious alcoholic. I just shut down around all that wildness.
So, if you don't mind my asking, what was the attraction?
No, it's just, well, she said I reminded her of her father. But I think she was joking.
I don't know. Sounds to me more the basis of just like saying hi and sharing a park bench than being in a relationship. But hey, you know, that was her, I guess. So, but what was in it for you?
Well, I was flattered that she was interested, and you know, not just interested, but aggressively interested. And things like that just don't happen. You know, at least not to me. People think I'm distant.
Yeah, well, I hear you. It's a little bit like that for me too.
Plus, I'm too controlled and too isolated. And she attacked all those sides and knocked down some barriers for me.
Well, if you don't mind me being blunt, couldn't you just drink some more?
Says you, the man with no breakfast.
Hey, I'm just asking because it's feeling like beer o'clock right now. So, I mean, if you're interested.
Beer o'clock somewhere. That's funny. She says that too.
It's funny you ask because there are a million ways we might never have met or may not have fallen in love, or it might not have lasted.
Oh, yeah.
For instance, when we met, I thought you were an obnoxious yuppie slime mold.
And I thought you were an insufferably judgmental political correctness dupe. Guess we were both wrong.
Nice save.
Thank you very much.
In the end, that stuff didn't matter very much.
No, not in the end. Looking back, it would have been just slightly different shit with a slightly different person.
With the same result.
We've definitely had tough times.
Yeah.
But seemingly not as tough as some of the couples we knew.
But bad enough.
Things are better now.
Unless you're planning any new surprises.
You're one to talk.
So I guess I knew it was going nowhere when Rick optioned his first screenplay. He was understandably excited, but it was what they call a dollar option. Literally, they give you $1 for the right to sit on your script. Probably do nothing with it. In fact, the whole dollar thing is purely symbolic. They don't really give you $1, it's just a legal thing. But anyways, you'd think it was the culmination of all his life's dreams. I mean, this is a guy with an MBA from a good school who had a really promising career. He had this boy-like quality that I kinda liked. The way he was all lit up from inside, you'd think that he had just made CEO or something. I just had this epiphany moment where I realized, looked at him, and the culmination of all his plans and goals, an imaginary $1. And then I thought about myself 10 years from now, still dragging him to company things and meeting my friends and colleagues, and he'd be this wizened version of himself, still in grubby shorts and t-shirts, drinking beer when everyone else was drinking wine. And he'd be lecturing everyone on why we rented instead of owning. I just suddenly realized that for me, that was not who I wanted to be. I mean, I'm not wrong to want what I want for me, and more than life, the dollar options, fringe plays, and oh yeah, that's another thing, the grubby t-shirts. I need someone who reflects my values. And anyway, my dissatisfaction with him was just throwing me into this grasping, fun-killing bitch role, which is so unfair because I am fun. People like me and think I'm special. Look, I mean, he's entitled to be who he is and rent for the rest of his life, drink, write, and be happy. But I'm entitled too. I meditated on it heavily, and the answer was always the same. Love yourself. And that's when I decided I had to move on.
I couldn't believe it. I just majorly dodged a bullet with Jane. I mean, the funny thing is, I just signed an option on my first screenplay. I mean, and I was so happy. I mean, and I was excited. And then, of course, here comes Jane, you know, fixing me with that frog look of hers, you know? You know, she has this look that lets me know that once again, you know, I haven't met her expectations, which, like I said, happens all the time. And I'm like, okay, what? And she's like, oh, I can see you've already started celebrating. I'm like, well, yeah, a bit. And then she says something about toilet paper, you know, not being part of the festivities. And I'm just like, oh, shit, here we go. So, of course, being the dutiful guy that I am, I rush off to go get some toilet paper. And as I'm walking, you know, I'm noticing that people are smiling at me, like everybody. I'm thinking like, what, is like my fly undone or something? And then it dawns on me. People are smiling at me because I'm smiling. And I'm smiling because for once in my life, I'm actually proud of something. You know, something that doesn't involve toilet paper, you know? So, I don't know, of course, so I grabbed the toilet paper and, you know, I grabbed some flowers and some champagne. I rushed back to Jane, and that's when she like hits me with this whole, this isn't working for me bomb, you know? And I'm like, you know, but it's funny because the whole time she's like letting me down, I'm just having this insane welling of joy inside my chest. It's like, and I have to like hold it back so she can't even see it. I don't want her to see it because, and then I'm thinking like, on top of that, I'm thinking like, wow, you know, if she actually left at this moment, I would have all this champagne to myself. I could just pop the cork in the champagne and, you know what? Oh, well.
I feel like I've just moved out of my parents' place again for the first time. It's like this weight has been lifted off my shoulders. And I'm pretty sure Peter's feeling good about it too. I know my crazy antics were starting to wear on him. And I think maybe I was just drawn to him because he was one of those people who seems to be lacking fun in their lives. And I was ignoring the fact that he was just so damaged by his childhood. I've been doing some reading, and adult kids, seriously, that's what they call them. Talk about ironic, right? Anyway, adult kids often need a lot of structure in their lives because they grew up with so much chaos, and that is not me. I mean, I came from a boring as fuck household. How ironic is this, right? I need to be free and crazy and do my own thing. And I was with some poor guy who's gonna be terrified by everything I wanna be and do. There was this one time I'd gotten the lead in this cool fringe play and I wanted to party and celebrate, and Peter was really sweet about it. He even went out and got flowers and wine and made dinner. And I'm getting loopy and laughing. And then I look over at him and he was that scared kid again. It was heartbreaking. There's this thing he does where he gets all rigid and covers up. It's hard to describe, but it's like when he was little and he'd cover his ears and hum because his mom was on a bender. I just couldn't keep hurting him. He needs someone stable and quiet, and that's not me. He's such a sweet guy. He deserves that.
You know, it's funny. I wasn't going to meet you again and carry on with this. But then I thought, well, why not? I opened myself up to it. in the first place, so why not wrap up? So, here goes. Manna and I decided to part ways a while ago. It really was an amicable thing, and it's a bit of a relief, frankly. I mean, I remember a lot of great times, and she definitely brought a lot of panache into my life. But at the same time, I don't know, she triggered a lot of negative stuff for me, which wasn't her fault. I just suddenly saw very clearly that we were destined to make each other unhappy in the long run. The more she wanted to be unrestrained, the more I shut down and went numb. And that made her want to get more of a rise out of me. The irony is that I got shoved into this fuddy-duddy box and she got shoved into this party girl box. And really neither of which was fair. There was always this nuance and texture there, but the dynamic was only gonna go in that extreme direction. It just seemed better to part as friends and end it.
Yeah, so I just wanted to show you, like, it's a little clip of this film I'm making, and some of these people really do baffle me, so just hoping you could maybe shed some light on it.
Sounds like you got a group of wounded adult children there. Oh, and that's too bad, because the fact is they aren't going to be good for anyone. So you may as well pass out the birth control and let them die off. No, I mean, seriously, this is one of the things I deal with both in my practice and in my book. Wounded children, broken lives. Basically, these are people who, through neglect, abuse, bad parenting, and a whole host of other things, are limited to becoming whole, healthy people emotionally. I mean, the problem is, they don't figure out what's troubling them until midlife, and they've already had children of their own, and fucked up another generation. Come on. And so it goes. Look, you know what? Don't get me wrong. I appreciate the business. I've helped people. We've made some progress, but it's a pretty bleak outlook. I mean, just look at this park. The shit I see and hear day in and day out of people fumbling through their lives? Christ, I could open up a whole other office here. This one's on the phone whining because she's lonely. And then a month later, she's whining because she's not with the one. Aw. Seriously? Grow up. You know what? Better yet, buy my book and then grow up. No, you know what? Therapy. Get therapy. I'm on the internet. No. I'm like the vegetarian butcher. I push the product, but I don't like to partake. If you get me.
So it's hilarious that you were actually hanging around the whole time I was with my ex.
Well, that's me, the invisible man.
No, but the irony is I would have liked you so much more.
Oh, well, I'm happy to be of service.
Yeah, but the truth is that you compliment me very well.
Well, that's good to know.
Are you laughing at me?
Well, I guess that's good.
You are. You're laughing at me.
Well, I'm laughing at the world, and right now, you are the center of the world.
Taking the piss.
Well, let's just say that there's certain realities that come with hanging around with you.
Such as?
Well, you know, that you require a certain high level of praise and adulation so that you can be happy and kind of the like.
And you are not a narcissist.
Am I?
I am not a narcissist.
No, never.
You always do this. You bait me and then you take a dig at me.
Well, why not? It's fun.
Fun for who?
Fun for me.
If you don't like me, then maybe you should just hang around with someone else.
Oh, honey, I do like you. It's just I gotta apply a little bit of, reality so that you can I can like you even more.
You're a sick fuck sometimes, you know?
Only sometimes. Well, that's an improvement then, for sure.
What does that mean?
Well, it means actually, you called me a sick fuck without necessarily acknowledging yourself, which is like huge progress in one regard because you didn't actually say how it would reflect on you.
What?
Well, I'm dating this guy who's this artsy, successful type, and then he comes to meet my friends with this torn t-shirt without even thought on how that would reflect on me.
It's never like that.
Oh, never.
I never was. You are evil.
Wow. You know what? I think we're making progress because you actually managed to acknowledge someone else without seeing how it would reflect on you.
Wow.
Wow.
You're a sadist.
What? No. Honey, I'm an angel. An avenging angel. Oh.
So I meet this guy, Peter, and it turns out he's been around the whole time. Too bizarre. But what's even stranger is that this guy is a total checklist dream. Advanced education, great job, looks good, dresses well, has goals. Someone I can be totally complimented by. I mean, he's definitely weird, and he likes to toy with me, but it's all in good fun. He seems to appreciate that I'm going places. I guess his ex was the arty type, so he could definitely understand where I'm coming from. Been there, done that, wearing the t-shirt. I really think this guy could be a keeper. And what a nice change. My friends think he sounds amazing. So I'm kind of back in step with the world of people going places.
I'm seeing my buddy Breakfast with Champions X, actually. At least I knew what to expect. I do like she's directed and stable and all of that. But holy crap, what a narcissist. It's like she's that final bit of therapy for me to get over my mother. At least she doesn't drink much. Or she'd be flinging herself all over the room and blaming everybody about how she lost all her future and it was all ruined and made her look bad. Been there, done that, and got the scars too. It's too funny. I get paid to deal with this stuff all day. But this is more of like a personal project. By refusing to be the mirror, maybe I can leave her a little bit less damaged for the next victim. Definitely a sell, though. I think I'm gonna become a monk after this.
To awesomeness.
Awesomeness.
Gotta hand it to you. You were amazing last night, sweetie.
Well, I did have really good material to work with.
Yeah, but it was like, you just seemed to like give it a life of its own, and You would think that I wrote it just for you.
Maybe you did, like in a cosmic sense?
Ah, well, hey. Let me meditate on that for a minute. Wait. The answer is me.
You're the devil.
Yeah, well, you taught me well.
Maybe we synergistically devilize each other.
And you know what devils love to eat?
Ice cream?
Well, girls who smell like beer.
When I first met Rick, or should I say finally met Rick, I was sort of pre-sold on the package. Cause I mean, I'd heard all about him from me, his ex. And don't get me wrong, we had fun together, but the more she went on about how he was wasting his potential as a writer instead of being some MBA corporate tool, I'm like, okay, what the fuck is wrong with this bitch? Then she goes on about like his pathetic option deal and how his play got into the Fringe and blah, blah, blah about how he's making her look bad and how he wants to party and drink. And I'm just like, maybe you should send him here next time instead of yourself, you know? Then I booked the lead in what turns out to be his play, and the writer shows up, and his name is Rick, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then I have this holy fuck light bulb moment. We totally hit it off. I totally get what he's about, and he gets me, and we're having a lot of fun.
Manna is amazing. I mean, it took me a little while to figure her out, but once I did, instant relief. You know, finally someone who really gets what I'm trying to do and, you know, really understands and isn't at war with my life choices. She's also really hardworking and ultra talented, but she also knows when to play and act like a kid too. I mean, we don't live a lavish lifestyle, as you can imagine, because we're both trying to make it as artists. But I really understand what she's trying to do in life, and you know, I know when to support her, I know when to pull back. I guess there's nothing quite like the idea of, you know, sharing similar goals together. You know, and sometimes we work on the same projects even. And I think that's what Jane was trying to do, and that's what she wanted, but I don't know, and I hope she gets it. But that wasn't gonna be with me. I just wasn't gonna be that guy. Been there, done that. You know what I mean? And I know this is gonna sound sucky, but I feel like I really found a home base now. Someplace I really belong. You know, and where I'm accepted. And that kind of acceptance, that's what it's all about.
I don't know. Is it me? Is there something about me that is so detestable? Is there something I do that makes all the decent men run away from me? I mean, seriously, even when I take on a charity case like Rick, it doesn't work out. Maybe my standards are too high, I don't know. But anyways, it's not like lowering them did me any good either. I really shouldn't have to sell myself to people. I'm accomplished, I look after myself, I have goals, I have plans. I mean, what is there not to like? I mean, really. Sometimes think I should just give up and focus on myself. Love myself. Like the meditations say, love myself. I read the other day about some group of women who was deciding to marry themselves. So maybe I'll do that. I'll marry myself. At least I'd be getting someone of quality.
So, I guess this is where I bow out of your little project. I don't know, I think maybe I'm just cut out for solo existence somehow. I mean, I had a really neat season, with Manna and Jane. Definitely more romantic activity than I've had in a long time. I don't know, maybe it was this project of yours. It's like you were wandering around the park spreading love dust or something. But now I've woken up and the spell is worn off. You know, I guess I learned a lot about myself. It was a good set of experiences. Sadly, one of the things I learned is that I have zero appetite for drama. I should get a big tattoo on my forehead that says, no drama. My clients and colleagues would love that. Wholly ironic. But you know, all's well that ends well, right? As they say, nobody got terminally wounded.
So love. I think it's just about staying in.
Staying in love.
Staying in the game. Sometimes for way longer than you can imagine.
Like a prison sentence.
Oh, like a life sentence with no possibility of parole.
No, it's true. You have to hang in there. It sounds trite. Through the ups and downs. Way longer than makes any common sense.
Lethargy and apathy can sometimes be your best friends.
And you have to get over your childhood crap. Your issues. God, I hate that word, but seriously? I see people who are still single and single again because they keep getting on the same hamster wheel going around and around.
And around and around.
But seriously, if you haven't figured your shit out by the time you're 40, you're no good to anyone, least of all yourself. So, find some help. Figure yourself out. Get a therapist.
You gotta get over yourself. Your precious narcissism. Not everything is a reflection of you. People are allowed to be unhappy just because they're unhappy.
And they're not there to complete you. God, that whole concept is nauseating to me. If someone says to you, I'll complete you, you complete me, run, fast.
No one is going to complete you. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to learn to complete yourself.
Of course, it wouldn't be so bad if we weren't raising such damaged people, but there it is.
But your question about what makes it work, at least I think that was your question. Maybe it's just not having too many expectations of the other person.
They aren't there to meet all of your needs or fix your childhood wounds.
And being able to recognize those wounds and the triggers.
And then tread gently around them.
I think that's the most important thing you learn.
Well, and keep talking to each other. Nothing is as bad as what the other one might be imagining.
And listen. Keep listening.
And keep listening.
And keep loving.
Does that give you what you wanted?
that was like so hilarious when I met you and you said you were like a vegetarian.